Howdy people, welcome back to the channel. Today we are talking about the reason police officers always find themselves in this left or right situation. I know most of you know what I talk about. I know a lot of you guys might say, oh, because them wanga got or because them greedy and them dishonest. But I said that's not part of it, but not in every case. Most of the times, it's because of bad financial decisions, bad debt, and poor money management. But before we get any further, let me say this. I'm not an accountant. I'm not a financial advisor. But I've seen so many of my colleagues up to their neck, right, in debt, and find it hard to make it through the first week after payday, that I feel like this is something that I must talk about. And so my aim here is to really see how best I can help police officers avoid being caught up in debt. As usual guys, I'd appreciate it if you would drop a like on this video, subscribe if you are new here, and hit the bell if you want to get notified of future content. Now, while loans and poor money management is something that affects people right across the world, I really want to focus the lens on my colleagues in the police force. Money management is something you have to learn on your own because it's not taught in school. I wasn't taught money management, and so by the time I left the police academy, free to do whatever I pleased, I ended up falling into traps like debt, overspending, and not understanding how to leverage and manage my money. That is why I want to talk to you about this today, because I think if you have a really good foundation in money management and avoid getting into unnecessary debt, it will really help you set off in the right direction and make things much easier for you. In all honesty guys, Jamaican police officers are one of the worst paid police in the Western Hemisphere, right? And I say that without any apology. The system is designed in such a way where you feel as though you have to take a loan to finance certain needs and wants. It's not a safe idea, right, for a police to take taxi, but at the same time, it takes forever for them to save towards buying a decent enough car. Most police officers don't work in the parish they are from. So what you find, and this is a common thing within the JCF, someone who lives in Kingston might end up working in St. James, or someone who lives in Westmoreland might work in St. Catherine. They are uprooted from their families, so the expense adds up because they have to now travel to visit. They will also have to find a place to rent. You are looking at $30,000 to $40,000 in rent. They will have to borrow a loan to buy a car to travel back and forth to visit family and kids. Now, at the very least, you are looking at a $30,000 to $40,000 car loan. That is easily $60,000 to $80,000, and there are numerous other financial obligations that must be taken care of. When all is said and done, you will find that most police officers have multiple loans here and there and everywhere. This is why we have to learn money management, right? We have to learn how to manage our money. The average person joins the police force straight out of high school. They are from a humble background with no financial education. And I mean, poor people pitney. They don't own houses, they don't own cars, they don't have any assets. But because they work for the government and repayment of loans are deducted from your salaries, financial institutions will offer police officers millions of dollars in unsecured loans and hook them into their systems. And we call this hook, line, and sinker. First, they hook you with this idea that, yeah man, you can borrow this amount of money and we have easy payment plans. You can buy a nice car, you can buy the things you really had no access to when growing up. But what I want you to understand is that because these loans are so easy to access and most of them you don't need any security, the interest rate on these loans is extremely high. And we are looking at between 17 and 20%. The truth is a police officer's salary cannot manage these kinds of loans along with rent or mortgage or utility bills and other responsibilities that you might have. Borrowing millions of dollars in unsecured loans will put a major dent in your spending power, and you will find yourself struggling to take care of your day-to-day financial obligations. And it not stop this, Here is the line. In all your struggles, you will find yourself borrowing more and more, trying to consolidate your loans, which is not a good idea, right? It is not a good thing. It might lower the interest rate and lower your monthly payment, but at the end of the day, this only helps the banks, right, to milk some more money out of your pocket for a couple more years. Some of us have credit cards we didn't ask for, but these institutions will call you and tell you that you are approved for a credit card with spending limit of up to $1 million. Now, of course, anybody would jump at the idea, get excited at that opportunity because we are so indebted and we don't have no money, right? But remember, this is not your money. A credit card can be good, but a credit card can also be bad. Credit cards is a loan, a very expensive loan with interest rate of up to 30 to 40%. So if you can't pay, don't take it. You know what I mean? Nobody make them sweet you up because you're a government worker and tell you about, no, don't touch your money, use ours. You are going to find yourself in a cat and mouse situation, trying to catch up on the payments to avoid high interest rate. But by the time you realize what's going on, you would have already been up to your neck in debt. And guys, the sinker in all of this is you sinking yourself deeper into more debt by having multiple loans from different financial institutions, trying to balance and take care of your financial obligations. I am telling you this because police officers are struggling, right? They are struggling every day to take care of themselves and their families. They are borrowing loans after loans to pay for other loans, right? They might pay for multiple loans. These banks and loan sharks will never tell you the struggle that you will have to face after taking that loan. For them, objective is to make as much money as they can, and if that means milking you dry, so be it. You know what I mean? I know police officers who are taking home less than $20,000 after loans are deducted. Don't ask me how them survive, I don't know, but them kind of situation will put you in a peculiar position, and that is something that you don't want to happen. So let me tell you up front, motor vehicle loan is the number one debt police officer tie themselves up in. Police now earn enough to buy a $4 million car from ATL or buy Vaxi or Markex, right? But that are the kind of vehicle them want to drive. Them now ask themselves, is a $2 or $3 million car necessary? Is it something I can live without? You know what I mean? Sometimes I believe society groom we and brainwash we in a certain way. If you say, oh, we need the big this and we need the big that, and we have to keep up with the latest trend. We have to drive a Crown, we have to drive a Markex or the latest 2023 motor vehicle. I don't want to get me wrong, you know. I'm not saying we can't drive nice cars or we can't buy nice things, but make me show no vibes. Now you buy yourself a very nice expensive car. You drive that car to work every day and you park it all day or all night. Sometimes it parking at the sun all day, bust up all the dashboard, burn out the color and all of them thing there. When you left work, you drive the vehicle, go back home. You might touch the road once or twice, but majority of the time, you go straight home because you're so tired. Now tell me, what value does that $2 or $3 million car adds to your life? Is it generating additional income or is it paying for itself? Are you after digging at your pocket and a struggle amount time just to keep up the payments? Me not tell nobody if you go buy a jalopy or a ladder, but you have to understand that motor vehicles are what we call liabilities. The moment you drive it off the mart, after the lot, the value goes down and the maintenance cost is very high. So you have to be wise and ask yourself, if I buy this, how can I use it to generate some income? How can it pay for itself? A lot of times we as human beings, as Jamaicans, we tend to always want the most expensive things. Me not say you know to treat yourself, you know. I'm not saying don't buy a iPhone 13 Pro Max, right? But why spend $270,000 to $300,000, a little over $250,000 on a cell phone? and you don't even have $50,000 in your savings account, what sense that make? You know what I mean? All I'm trying to say is don't put your heart where you can't reach it. I understand wanting to feel a sense of accomplishment. Everybody want to feel a way there. But the little bit of money that we get as salary is not enough for you to live a flashy lifestyle. Don't get caught up into trying to impress anyone. A $500,000 or $600,000 car does the same thing as a $3 million car does, and the payment is lower and you pay it off much quicker. It go do the same thing, and I mean it's going to take you from point A to point B, right? So don't stress yourself in unnecessary debt. You don't need a $200,000 3-door fridge from Quartz. You don't need the $250,000 bedroom set or dresser from Ashley. And I mean, and if you take them out on higher purchase, you go have to pay for them 2 or 3 times. And I say you don't deserve to eat oxtail and steak and red snapper and them thing there, you know. But what I'm saying, if you were living a $50 lifestyle before joining the force and you are now earning $300, don't change your lifestyle to match your earnings. It's not gonna work out. You know what I mean? Try to maintain a simple lifestyle, because drowning yourself in debt can stress you out and affect you mentally. It can affect or even mash up your family, right? Because you don't carry home enough money to support them. It can affect your performance on the job, and it can make you become so desperate and you will now begin to be dishonest or think dishonest, and your integrity now comes into question. It's not nice when me hear people are called police wanga gut and corrupt and all them things there, you know what I mean? So learn to budget and manage your thing properly. Money management is a very important tool. Everyone should know. I remember my struggles with debt. If I knew then what I knew now, I would have done things a bit different. And that's why I am encouraging you guys to live within your means and try to save and invest your money in some stocks or something that can generate additional income. And I mean, but if you have to borrow a loan, don't spend all of it on a car. Invest in a second source of income and let that money you borrow work for you and pay for itself. Anyway guys, that's been it. I'd appreciate if you drop a like on this video, be a part of the conversation, and comment down below what you guys think. As always guys, thanks for watching. Catch you in the next one. Take care.